Like recently I was like really stressed out because of life. Like, what do you guys do to really like cope with very stressful situations?
I feel like friends, like the people that you keep company is a very important role in your life. Sometimes just like, I guess in a way, kind of like tame and distracts. Like you hang out with your friends, then you realize like how grateful you are that you have people who are in your circle. But like the number one thing with me is I always keep it to myself until I like break. And then when I break and I start talking about it, I'm like crying a shit ton.
Welcome back to another episode of the Levity podcast, where we captivate casual conversations. Casually captivating. You guys know the gist.
Do they? Because I feel like we don't even know.
Yeah, you know, we're the Levity podcast where we casually captivate conversations.
See, much better this time. Okay, there you go.
And I'm sure this is our 20th episode.
I don't know. We
I don't even know,
we
man.
don't do that
If
anymore.
you made it this
Stop doing the
far,
numbers.
you know who we are, but you don't know who this is yet.
Let's introduce ourselves first, and so like the new viewers can know who we are.
Okay, my name's Taman Lee. I'm 23 years old.
Yeah, give your height and social security number too.
CVV is 978, and expiration date is 0729.
And I'm co-host Helen. I'm 21.
Okay.
I'm Phil.
I'm HV, and we have a special guest today.
Yeah,
what is your name?
I'm Jennifer.
Yay!
Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, what your favorite ice cream flavor is,
Okay.
Your name, your high school.
social security.
Okay, name is Jennifer Wynn.
Okay.
Favorite ice cream flavor is mint chocolate chip.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, problematic flavor.
Really?
I mean,
Wait,
I feel like people rather like it or hate it, or love it or hate it.
I feel like the people who
Oh,
don't like
yeah.
it think it's like toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's so good.
What's wrong with toothpaste? So let's see. What do? I'm currently working, getting clinical hours, in the process of applying to PA school. So in that, transitional phase right now, still trying to figure things out.
What
So,
does
yeah.
PA stand for?
Physician assistant. But they recently changed it to physician associate because they don't want people to think like you're an assistant type of thing.
You only associate with physicians. You don't assist them at all.
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, you kind of know them, but like not
yeah,
really.
we're just associates.
Okay.
Is this kind of like an industry that you think you've always wanted to go through?
Well, no. Initially, I wanted to pursue med school, but then it wasn't until being in college that I figured about the PA profession, which is a 2-year program versus going to school for like 4 years and then residency. But that's a master's degree, not a doctorate degree. And just in terms of work-life balance, when you start a family at like a reasonable age and stuff, I feel like that was something I wanted to transition to instead.
Wow.
Wow. So other than your professional career, little birdie told me you want a pageant.
Oh. Okay, so that wasn't something that I really wanted to do. So, backstory. My dad is half Viet and half white.
Okay.
So he was born during the Vietnam War, so he doesn't know who his dad is.
Oh.
So he kind of has this like identity crisis type of ordeal where growing up he's like very big on trying to prove how like Vietnamese he is. And this pageant is like a Georgia Vietnamese type pageant thing. And I remember every New Year's we would go to this thing, and then he's, like it's like a whole festival where you buy food, drinks, all that stuff. And then once I got into college, one of my roommates, she actually did the pageant in 2015. And she was picking out girls from like our Viet class, like, hey, you should do it, blah, blah, blah. So then I did it just for fun. And then it ended up being like a pretty fun experience.
Did you win for fun too?
Just casually, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I won, but I felt like,
Oh, you won.
I felt like for what it stood for, I was definitely like 18 at the time. And I feel like to represent like a community like that, you should definitely have more, like maturity, things to offer. And I just felt like, cliche as it sounds, like just like a face. But I wasn't able to offer the community anything because I didn't even know who I was myself. I was like a freshman in college, And so I felt like I don't know, it was just like a title, but not necessarily something that you were giving back to the community.
Wait, so what
for.
normally goes down during like one of those pageants? Like, give us like the little rundown. Like, besides like you walking up there, do you like show off like a skill or whatever, whatnot?
No,
or?
so I actually did it without a skill.
Oh.
There were other girls that did like talents where they either like record themselves dancing. It was like private. So
Yeah.
they'd record it themselves, singing, dancing, whatever, and then the judges would pick from there. But I had like zero talent.
And you won?
Yeah.
They said talent. She puts in her Instagram to go, that one.
No, I literally was like, I was like, dang, I have like nothing to offer. Like I'm just here.
Apparently you had something to offer because you won. That's
I
great.
don't know. But a lot of people think that it's like rigged and stuff like that too.
yeah.
So
Well, was it?
I don't know. You never know. Because like the people that are within the community are like pretty well known in the Vietnamese community, which so they have like, good financial backgrounds, like things like that. So a lot of people like to say that it's rigged. I don't know. I felt like my parent, like no one knows who my parents are, and it worked out fine.
How many girls did you go up against?
13. I was number 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like environment with pageants and stuff with so many other girls? Like, does it tend to be super competitive, or are y'all kind of just?
It was so weird because I felt like there was no need to be like a certain way, and you could totally tell that certain girls, and I feel like girls feel this way too, like they pick who they want to be friends with.
Oh, yeah,
So there was beef.
It wasn't necessarily beef, but you can clearly tell like certain people wanted to gravitate towards certain girls and left out other girls. And the drive was crazy. It would be like from Athens driving all the way down here every other week for like practice and stuff. And you would see, and like within the group chat, because there's also a, what is it called? Like miscongeniality. Everyone's trying to be really nice to each other. And then tell me why, like immediately when the pageant's over, like no one says a word to each other. Everyone's like left the group chat. Like,
Oh, damn.
It's just, I don't know.
It was all just for like show.
Yeah, I feel like it was all just
Were
for
there
show.
any like contestants that were like super serious about winning that they like went like over the top?
Not that.
Or is this the kind of pageant where like their parents are like, yo, you just go out?
I think it depends. Like again, with your like financial background, right? There were some girls that were doing it for fun, and they would wear like their prom dress as their like evening gowns, and there would be other girls that took it a lot more seriously and would drop like $1,000 on,
Holy shit.
like a custom traditional dress, custom things and stuff like that. So some people took it more seriously than others. And another thing that was like strange to me was the age range. Like you could go up to 20 something, I don't know. And most of the girls were like around my age, 18, 19. So there was this one girl that was, I want to say at the time 24, 25, but we looked at her like she was like a mom, even though that's like not old at all. So I don't know. Again, I just felt like it was a very superficial thing. I wish that there was a lot more that like you could do with it other than just going to these like grand openings and smiling and bowing to people.
Did
Is
you have
that
to
what
like?
you do?
That's basically all I did.
Was there a prize?
You get like $100.
Oh wow! So a girl spent $1,000 on a dress to win 100
Oh,
that she
no.
didn't even win.
Oh no! For the prize for the pageant, I think we got like $2,000.
Oh,
Like a check, yeah.
Shit, I would try every year if there's a chance of $2,000.
2000.
Yeah, but like
How many years did you do it for?
You can only do it for 1 year.
Oh.
Like if you win a title, you only do it for 1 year.
That's
so that
it?
was the only year I did it for.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you can't defend your title.
Yeah. So after you win, they just
I
hang
challenge you.
Yeah, they hang your jersey up in like the stands or whatever.
There's,
Via
like,
cage
no
match.
jersey. No, there's like no jersey. I feel like after your year's over, like they don't even know who you are.
Oh.
Like
Are you
your
on like a calendar at all or something?
No.
Like you don't really like talk or anything. You just like.
Yeah,
you
do they
just
ask you
kinda-
like any of those questions? Like, what do
They-
you want to do for the world? Or
do you wanna
whatever?
change?
They
Yeah.
asked a question. I don't know. There's like random questions you pick, and the judges ask you a question. I don't even remember what my question was.
Oh.
I just remembered like saying like females, and I remember like someone was like, "Why'd you say female like that? Like that's so ghetto." And I was like, I don't know. Like I don't know. I was just talking, but I don't. Like I said, like it's very superficial. It's not like what you think a pageant is. Like I feel like we didn't do much to represent.
Do you have
The
pictures of
community.
you in the pageant?
I do. I'm gonna have to pull it up.
It's gonna be bing right
It's
here.
literally like the reason why I made a Facebook.
Yeah, I feel like every bing I've done, we've never posted a picture.
Hey, I've tried to put the pictures in.
Oh,
Okay? Yeah, it's because you just don't watch the long form, okay? Man?
Oh yeah, I do. How do you think I wake up in the morning?
Watching the long forms?
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. I wake up precisely at 6 a.m. so I can finish a whole long form video.
Welcome to the
before I go
grind.
work. So So what'd you do with your winnings?
I paid back the debt that I invested in like a
Okay.
dress and stuff.
Oh my god.
So you got the $1,000 dress.
No, I didn't. I didn't go to prom, so I didn't have like a prom dress that like all the other girls like had on handy. So I remember I was like, oh my gosh, this dress is like $300, and like I only wore it once. And my mom was like, do not spend money on that.
Why didn't you rent?
I don't know. I just remember opening up like a Discover credit card and just charging it.
Oh my god.
And I was like
Swipe.
hoping, like
Just
hoping for the
maximize
best.
this.
Yeah,
Okay, where do we bing it to?
Oh my god! Wow.
Oh no, like in the video, I'll just edit it
Wow.
That was like the $300 dress that I was like, please,
Please send it to Phil
please,
after.
please.
Dang, she looks.
Oh, wow.
beautiful.
Hey.
Yeah.
Red's your
that's
color, girl.
crazy.
Yo.
in. That shit's popping.
Yeah.
that's
My
a
dad,
That's
like,
a great color.
My dad cried. He was like so proud. He's like, my
Represent
Vietnamese, my Vietnamese daughter. Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, see, like when you brought up your dad, that was not the route I thought you were gonna say.
because like he has this big identity crisis. So
Yeah.
yeah, like when like I won that, I remember like we go to this Asian guy to do our taxes. He's like, oh yeah, she's Miss Vietnam. Like she won. I'm like, oh my god.
That's
Everyone started
cute.
recognizing
No,
you.
no one recognized me because it's not a big deal. I'm like,
Your
dude,
dad's still saying it to everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all are all raised in Georgia, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, high school sucked.
high school was
What?
Dude, I loved high school.
I
Really?
enjoyed
kind of liked high school.
I don't know. My
little
high school
bit.
was like, it's supposed to be nice, but some stupid shit happened. Like, there's one incident, like, I don't
feel
know.
like that's part of high school, no?
That's true, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I had like 3,000 kids. I was like one of the 3 Asian kids at my school. So like I was the Asian token Asian boy.
That's what's up, Taven.
But
And
you
so-
had
so
like
only at Fake
hella
Arrow?
Asians,
Yeah.
You
which
did-
causes more problems.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Peachtree Ridge. There was this one incident. It was like really, really bad. Like these kids made brownies, and they were weed brownies. right?
Nice.
And so they were like selling it.
It's actually Zyrtec brownies.
Yo, why is my sinuses clearing?
Oh my god.
Wow, I feel great. Oh my god.
They were
Allergy
like
season.
selling it to all these other kids.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell them that they were weed brownies.
Oh.
So they sold a fuck ton of them to like all these kids for like super cheap. And all these kids were like tripping ball sacks during lunch during lunchtime. Teachers were like, yo, like, who's selling this shit? Who's selling this shit? And all these kids are like, help me, like, oh my God, what do I do?
That's
And
crazy.
I was like, what the fuck's
Wait,
going
why is that
on?
shitty for you? Like, did they blame it on you or something?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I was just like,
How does that correlate?
I guess for me, it was just like, what the fuck? Like,
Because you said
well,
it's supposed to be a good school.
I don't know. For me, it was just like, what the fuck? Why does stupid shit happen to my school all the time? This
Yeah.
kid was like pissing on this teacher's shoe before someone pulled a gun out of my gym. No. He pulled the gun out after my band class. Yeah.
So you didn't have a shitty high school experience because of personal things. You just,
Oh, yeah.
It was just overall.
Overall,
Like,
yeah. I was like, why is there always shit happening in this fucking
did
school?
kids fight like in the before
Bathroom?
class? No. Yeah, I mean, there's that. Yeah, there's
And
always that
after
like
the
high school
bus
fight
stop?
club. Huh?
There's in the bathroom,
Yeah.
the bus stop.
Yeah.
Like go 20.
What's that?
Like when you go in the bathroom and you just like fight for 20 seconds.
What the fuck? That's
How do you know about this?
what,
You was
what
in
did you call it? Roll 20?
Like you just like go 20, go 40, like
Shoot fight club.
Damn, I've never heard
seconds.
of
You boys do it though, not girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was in there like just
no,
like
no.
slinging.
Like the boys would come in and then like we'll have a bathroom break and then these boys would come out, their shirts all like fucked up.
And
we're
then
like,
Jen comes out the bathroom too with a bunch of hair.
no,
She holds a weave.
Only the guys did stuff like that. I don't know. You guys didn't have that like back in like high school. And
I mean,
stuff?
we didn't call it
Cool.
go 20, but like there was like
We
a
just called it a problem.
yeah.
Problem?
Like a situation.
No, I had a friend that was like taking a shit in the morning, and then like some kids walked in and started a fight, and then all the super like the vice principals came in right to break it up, and my friend got in trouble because he was in the bathroom. He's like, I was just taking a shit, I swear.
No, literally.
No, but I loved high school. Like my high school was great and everything. Like the kids, I think the kids just genuinely loved the school. But outside of school, they were doing some like hard ass crimes. Like I mean, like one year when I was a sophomore, 4 of our starting football players went to prison, and they still are right now.
In prison.
Yeah, during the summer they
prison.
ended up robbing a pawn store.
Wow.
For guns, and the getaway driver was a kid who already graduated, but he was a starting linebacker for LSU, and it was crazy. He was like leading rushing yards in Georgia. He like scored 7 touchdowns first game against Northview High School, and he had a kid, and then
Georgia.
He was leading in steals too,
Yeah,
apparently.
why not?
no, but high school was great. Just the kids outside of school were doing some crazy shit.
being the token Asian is good for you?
They were hella racist, and I didn't realize they were racist until I graduated high school. Like my coaches called me Golden Buddha.
That's
Oh
what's
my
up.
god, that is fucked up.
But in high school I was like, that's the coolest nickname
Yeah.
ever.
That's tight. I love Buddha.
I was like, I get it. I see the correlation.
Yeah.
But I'm Korean.
What does that mean? Like you can't be golden?
Wait, actually, Buddhism is like the most
Buddhism isn't-
most practiced. It's the most practiced religion in Korea.
Well, in Asia.
No, it's not.
Buddhism.
No. We gotta fact check this.
Yeah, I was about
We
to
gotta
say.
fact check this. I
Isn't
bet
it
you it's
Christianity?
Christianity.
Last time I saw it was Buddhism over Christianity. But yo, no religion war here.
But anyways, yeah, I love high school. High school's a great place.
Yeah.
Lots of shitty things happening. You never
High
had like crazy kids doing stupid shit in high school.
I feel like crazy shit happened, but like for me, high school was so bliss. Like I was like innocent, didn't do anything. Like went to school, had fun with friends, and that was it.
Until
Like-
college hit, and
like
then everything
no-
went downhill.
Not even boys, like no boys, no heartbreak, no anything. Like those were like the wonder years. Like literally, I had no issues in high school.
Sounds like you hate boys.
I hate
She said-
boys after college
Why?
Boys
What
after
happened?
college.
because boys like to reinvent themselves when they get into college.
What do you mean by
Okay.
that? What do you mean by that?
Like, they can be the
Because we
lamest-
feel
Go a
like
little bit
when
deeper
we're in
into
high
that,
school, we low key feel like, dang, we're scrubs. We gotta change who we are.
Yeah, and then you get to college and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be a fuck boy.
What? Is that? I disagree with that
No.
because I don't think it's that we want
College?
to be a fuckboy. I think what most boys end up doing is they try to be a really nice guy that's reinventing themselves, and they get fucked over by a girl.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
You got help me.
I feel like it's a cycle, I guess. Like, you know,
I think it's a cycle as
I
well.
feel like there's a fuckboy out there that like fucks over the girl, and then the girl ends up like
Fucking
fuck
another
up the
guy
guy, and
and
then
creating
it's like a
a
back and
cycle
forth.
just
You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
feel
like the chicken or the egg. It's like there's no.
But there, you know, like there's also those guys out there that like resent like how they were treated in high school. They go to college to say they get some
Oh,
attention,
yeah.
and then like, yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
shit. And then like they get one girl's attention, then they think they can get another girl, and then they join like a frat, and then it's
Yeah.
just like it's over.
And then all these other guys are like talking in their ear, being like, "Fuck that bitch." Fuck that
Yeah.
bitch. And then they like, yeah.
Guys become whores after like a traumatic breakup, and girls dye their hair.
It's somewhat true. I agree. I think all the girls with traumatic breakup, their hair changes.
Yeah, because they're trying to be like, look at me.
Look,
you know?
look at my
So
new,
I feel like everyone's
newfound
always just
com-
trying to reinvent themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta glow up after
Right?
a breakup.
What are some things guys do that you hate when they try to reinvent themselves, especially during college?
I hate like when you don't remember where you came from. Like humble yourself. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like those guys that like just because they have clout in their older ages or whatever, that they forget that like where they came from. Like let's show us your yearbook picture. Like are
Yeah.
you still this confident if you show me your like class of whatever picture? No.
Tame's like nutties.
No,
No.
fuck. I hated myself in high school.
Don't look at me. I'm Golden Buddha. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like, do you guys not have guy friends that you know like used to be like sweethearts back then, and then like, well, you guys say like a girl has probably screwed them over, but have you ever met a guy who was not screwed over by a girl but still decided to be like a dick when they like got older in college?
I
or
think
whatever?
attention kills personality.
Attention.
Yeah. So I think one of the things that I've noticed is like, especially guys when they finally get the attention, like you said earlier,
Right.
it's like, oh shoot, like what do I do with all this attention? And they start doing stupid shit, and it ends up hurting a bunch of people. And I think that's normally the case
Yeah.
for guys at least. Because I've seen guys like, you know, they'll be really sweet in high school, like super nerdy, typical Asian stuff. You're nerdy, you're sweet, you don't really know how to talk to girls. And then you go to college, you're like, you know, I'm gonna start working out and look cool and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And all of a sudden, like everyone talks in a super deep voice. They're like, hey guys, like I'm in college now. Like, and they try to be like assholes
I think that's just
and
called
stuff.
puberty, dog.
No, bro, everyone hits puberty in high school.
I guess puberty hits a little late.
My
for
shit
some
hit late,
people.
dog.
What the
I'm
fuck?
still waiting on my puberty to hit. You know what I'm
But
saying?
it's different when you go to college though, from like having puberty in high school, because for guys, like the older you guys get, the more like you leave your mom's house, whatever, you guys feel more of like a man, I guess. So it inflates your ego a little bit, you know, like that
Like
college
leaving
age for
parents' house?
guys, huh?
Like leaving the parents' house.
Yeah, leaving the parents' house, like getting your own job, blah, 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 like being a little bit older and like you're surrounded by all these like college girls all the time, you know?
your
feel like it
hormones,
kinda- yeah.
your like aversion, and
It's
you're
like
like,
ego
oh.
inflated.
No, honestly,
all.
when I went to college, I was so sad.
Why? Why? Were you sad?
No, okay. Just me personally, like, I felt so lonely because I really liked my friends in Georgia, my hometown, Swanee, right? And then like, I mean, I was really close with a lot of my friends. All we did was like play basketball and do like stupid shit. We're like really like just playing board games and stuff. We were really wholesome, right? And all of a sudden you go to, I went to UGA and I went there just in my dorm with Tony, staring at the wall every day, just like, what the fuck? Like this sucks. And our food was like, what, Bolton?
Dude, those dorms were like moldy, crusty.
Yeah, they're
dusty.
crusty and like it's humid as hell. You turn on the AC, it turns more humid for some reason. And it just sucked. I don't know, me
Yeah.
personally.
Dude, my RA had the smelliest toes. Like, no.
Why do you know what your
No,
RA's
it's 'cause,
toes
like,
smell like?
The
Yeah.
only
Door
way,
check?
No, the only way we know is because every time he loved leaving his door open in the dorm, and like it would stink up the whole hallway.
No
It was
way.
gross, bro.
How do you know it's his toes though?
Because it was only his room open.
But
How
his
do you know it
toes
was his toes
specifically.
specifically? Yeah, like
He looks at his toes.
I don't know,
like
no, because
crusty
like,
as hell.
there are other kids that hung out with the RA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
he throws like
gross.
events and stuff like that for the dorm, and then they would come and tell us like, yo, like there's something about his toes. Like,
dude,
you know what
that's
I'm
spreading gossip.
saying? I mean, I'm not saying his name, you know what I'm saying? But like, he had some funky feet, you know what I'm saying? That shit was.
I had that same shit. It's if I didn't make it to college, and it was my dad.
Your dad had funky feet.
Yeah, his shit smelled crazy.
It felt like fermented bean paste.
Yeah, you know how like Asian people, they like to like use their feet to do shit. Like if you drop a piece of clothing, you're gonna pick it up
Pick
with
it
your
up with your
fucking feet,
toes.
right? If my dad grabbed my shirt with that, I'm rewashing that shit. Fuck no. He'll grab it by like the neckline. And I'm like, is that my upper lip or is that my fucking dad's toes or some shit? Nah.
Well, what are you guys' opinion on like guys getting their feet done? And like
I fucking
girls
love it.
too. Like, do you find like if a guy gets their toes done, like is that an ick or is it like, yeah,
No,
hygiene?
I think that's taken care. I mean, if a guy gets like pink sparkly polish on his toenails, that might be a little bit different. But like a massage and a scrub, I feel like that's okay. That's like self maintenance, you know? Why? What do you think?
I feel like yeah, but you got to take me too. Like, why are you getting it done by yourself? You know?
Selfish.
Yeah, like you know, why are you doing that by yourself?
I never thought it was weird. Like me and my guy friends used to just go together in high school.
Okay.
It's great. It feels really good.
See, I tried. Like, I'm all about like self like care or whatever, whatnot. But the scrub always like is too ticklish for
It's
me.
too
Oh,
ticklish.
really?
I can't do it.
You're
So
like
I
fighting
just
for
do-
your life. You're like,
Have you ever
Yeah.
done like the little fishies that bite on your dead skin?
Yes, I can't do
No,
it.
what does that feel like?
Huh?
It's just
Good.
like tickling.
Yeah,
Feels
it's
like a
like
feather.
it's like a bunch of little like fishies just tickling your feet.
The Dr.
whatever.
Fish, right?
Yeah.
It
I
feels
love
like
it.
you're getting tickled with the feather.
Yo, if you guys have the money and you're a man, yo, go get your hands and your feet done.
that's
Or
true.
a woman.
I judge people's feet.
Oh shit.
So is that a thing?
Yo,
Like,
chill out. Yo, chill out.
Without socks on.
but that's the thing when you go to the salons, right? Like they talk, low key talk hella shit. They're like,
Do
yo,
they
this,
feel? Because
this,
most nail salons are like Vietnamese. They
yeah.
tend to be.
I heard
they
they
I
talk
can't understand.
hella
but
shit.
they talk
Like,
shit.
yo, this.
No, but I feel like that's with any like service industry because like even like as a server, like if you have like a bad
True.
customer, like you're like, yo, fuck
True.
that table.
Yeah.
That's
Just know
true.
You know what I'm
if
saying?
you're
That's
a
true.
complaining customer at a restaurant, your server is 100% talking shit about you with the coworkers at the back kitchen.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because people are assholes like
Hell
when
yeah.
they come into places. So
Are they
Yeah.
spitting in your foods?
Oh,
I've
I've never
worked
seen
in a
that
place
happen.
where people, my coworkers spat in people's food.
That's crazy.
So like,
I feel like that's wrong.
it's pretty wrong. So
Yeah.
like, for example, our water bottle was made out of tin, right? And so you can't see what's in the bottle. So
Yeah.
if the customer would piss him off, like especially like okay, for all the fobs out there, please stop getting your chopsticks and like being like, give me that, like that will get spit in your food.
That's like an
Wait.
old Chinese man
I
like
kn-
thing.
a lot of old Koreans do that too.
I've never seen that before.
And like the
Like
the-
going with the chopstick like
yeah,
this.
I've never seen that
Dude,
before.
my mom's like used to do that, and then we were like,
Spit in your
like
mom's
like the
food.
tap tap, like some more of this.
Yeah, like,
with
let me
tapping
get
it
some
with
more
the
kimchi.
chopstick.
and then my brother was like, stop. I hate that shit.
No, if my parents did that, I'd be fucking embarrassed. I would be like, what the fuck are you guys
But
doing?
that's normal in like Asia. Like
I
everyone's
went
just
to
like,
Korea and I still haven't seen that before.
huh? No, I see it
Yeah.
all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just like maybe you're unlucky or you're really lucky, one or the other.
I'm gonna start doing that shit now.
No, hell no. But like,
I'm going
anyways,
to
like,
Waffle House with my
You don't
own
have your
chopsticks.
server spitting your
get the
food,
forks,
man.
start hitting the waffle. It's
No, you
not hot
gotta eat
enough.
it with chopsticks. You just hash brown one by one, like each strand.
Dude, that's crazy. Ding, 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 ding. Yo,
More hash
bring me-
browns.
Personal opinions for you guys. Do you guys think it's okay to leave no tip?
No. What?
I mean,
What if like they give terrible service?
yeah, I
or-
leave 0 tip.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
See, that's different.
If they're like an actual like purposefully
Yeah.
bitch where they know that they're being rude,
Yeah.
then
Uh-huh.
like yes. But like the bare minimum, I would leave something.
Yeah. Because everybody has a
not,
bad
yeah.
day, you know? Like, especially being in the service industry and stuff, that
Yeah.
shit gets
No,
to
but you
It
can't
wears
let
down.
like your bad day affect how you treat
Yeah,
other
that's what
people.
I think I agree with her because if it's like terrible, like it's purposely
Like they're
bad
purposely
service,
being
yeah,
like
that's different.
Yeah.
If it's like they have terrible service, check comes out to like $36. Just put minus 36 on the tip, and it's a free dinner.
Oh,
I think
Life hack with
I don't think it
Taman.
works like that.
Life hack.
I honestly think unless they're like complete like dog shit at working and doing their job,
Yeah.
like, if they're just like bringing the food over, not really talking, I still don't think that deserves bad tip. Like I feel like me personally as a server, like when I see customers and they expect so much, they're like, "Why isn't this like guy talking to me?" I'm like, "Bro,
Is your definition of good service when your server is more like charismatic towards you or if they give you like efficient service? Does that make sense?
I know what you
well."
mean.
For me personally, if it's both, obviously that's the best type of service you're gonna get. If you're like both charismatic and taken care of, and you're efficiently
Like
doing your job,
fast.
that's like literally top level, right? But then if you're just being super efficient too, like I'm not gonna get mad at that, you know. Or if you're super charismatic, but if you're none of them, like, I get it, but I still think you should tip personally.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
definitely tip for sure. But
you-
like, I don't know. Like, I don't like when people talk to me if I'm eating.
Yeah.
I feel like
Really?
it depends on the day for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Like give me my food.
because it feels fake sometimes. Like some people, like it comes off very like, okay, you just want a fat tip. Like you'll get it, just like don't talk to me. Like you don't have to like engage in conversation you really don't care about with me.
Someone left $0 tip was like the restaurant was like half empty, right? And I saw like this our waitress. I was like, "Can I get a refill?" She's like, "Yeah." Doesn't come back for like 20 minutes, and I see her talking to her coworkers. And then I had to ask her again, "Hey, can I get another refill?" Doesn't bring it still. So like I think it was like what like $41, and so I gave 42. There was like 80 cents left. I just left that and just left.
Sheesh.
No, like it was like it wasn't busy. They were
Yeah.
definitely overstaffed.
Yeah.
I just see her like with her elbows on the table, just talking to her coworker when I'm asking for a
See, that would
fucking
piss me
refill.
off.
Then again, yeah,
That
that's
would
that's
piss
true.
me
That
off.
would piss me off too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
at the end of
like-
the
That'd be
day,
pretty
they're
nice.
doing a
If
job.
it's busy
you know, like, do
and
your
you know
job.
she's forgetting, like I
Yeah.
totally understand. But knowing like there's half the restaurant empty when they have like 10 servers standing right there, like one of you guys just please get me a refill.
Yeah, someone like I get
just-
that.
I don't care
Dear God.
who it is.
I'm
just
so thirsty.
please.
All the Taco Max in Georgia.
Yeah, you guys gave me tortilla chips with no salsa, no water. Like I'm fucking dying here.
Just go in the back and do it yourself.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because, like, you know, every single day when I work, I get at least one no tipper.
Really?
Yeah, and
Like
I know
zero tip?
Zero tip.
Can you always tell who it's gonna like?
Yeah.
Who they're gonna like? Who's it's gonna be as you're serving them?
think I know what you're
Yes,
Yes.
kind of.
No, but also it's a surprise sometimes too, though, because like even though like they really like enjoy your company or like service or whatever, like sometimes they'll just still like leave you no tip, right?
No.
Well, no, he's right. So,
No, yeah.
for example, I've had a customer. She was like, pretty much saying, "Oh, like this was the best service I've ever had." And I was like, "Damn, I really appreciate that." And the moment, first thing you're thinking is like, "Man, she must have left a good tip, right?" And then right after that, she goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, like I don't have money." I was like, "What do you mean by that?"
What do you mean?
I was like,
by
"What do you
that?
mean by that? Why are you here?" Then she's like, "No, like I don't have more money than what I have." And I was like, "Okay." And I look at the thing; it says like the exact amount that she needed to give me for the food. So I was kind of like, "What the fuck? What's with you?" And I get those once a day. That's what I was trying to bring up. That's why I was like, I don't know. Me personally, I think the tipping system is so stupid. I think it's the dumbest thing
We're
ever.
the only motherfuckers that do it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should definitely resort to like other countries, but businesses here don't want to set like a minimum wage for servers to be
That's
like, you know,
true.
making
Well,
a living,
which
so
is
we have
fucked
to live
too,
off
though.
tips. Yeah.
Wait, have you ever worked food service?
I have. I did it for like 2 months.
Where at?
in Athens at D92.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
you
I
did
went there too.
Yeah, it was
Hey.
like I don't know. I did it for like 2 months. It was right before the pandemic. It was my first job ever. And I
Ever?
was, Yes, and I was like
Dang.
flustered. Like I came home and my
Fires
legs were
every
like
day.
aching, and I was like, this is so rough. Like, why am I doing this to myself?
Cake barbecue for your first job is crazy.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
That is
and
hard,
it smell
yeah.
like
Meat.
pork
Yeah.
and like that one shirt, and I'm like, I don't want to wash it with other clothes. 'Cause I don't want
Yeah.
it to smell bad, but. I mean, the tipping like there wasn't like that great just because they're students. Like students are not going to be tipping you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But every now and then you'll get like a few Chads who come in and they're like so fascinated by Korean barbecue,
Yeah.
and then they drink and they drink like some beers and they leave like a fat tip. But like I don't know how to like work my magic with those things.
Well,
like,
Asia's dope.
like you know how some people like they can like talk to guys or talk to
Yeah.
people like when they're serving them and they like are very charming. I feel like I cannot, like it's so awkward.
I think
Like
being
freeze up a little bit.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
freeze up. I'm like yeah, like I'm just like what
You
do you
didn't even
want?
introduce yourself. Hi, what you want?
I was it when I worked. So the restaurant I worked for a while, most of our customers are like 90% white,
Okay.
80% white. And this like older girl, she's like in her late 20s when I was working there, probably early 30s now. She knew how to like work them, right? So she knew most of these guys were like old white businessmen that just like love sushi. So she would put her hair in a bun, put chopsticks in it.
Oh my
They
gosh.
fucking ate that shit up so.
Oh my God.
She was making almost $1,000 a week on tips.
That was Helen at Conning House.
Oh really? You put chopsticks in your hair?
No, she's dressed up as a full geisha.
Yeah, I had to wear a kimono and everything to work.
I love your happy birthday song there. Shit's fire.
Oh my god.
You still remember the song?
No, actually,
You should just say this to the one singing.
no. I generally. No, I don't remember it because we had to sing that thing in Japanese. And the thing is, at the job, we also had to carry an umbrella and we had to do the drums. Sometimes you have to do the whole thing by yourself. Do you know how hard
She
it
was
is to
drumming with
maintain
the
a drum
umbrella?
beat while singing in a different language that you don't even know? I hated that.
She sang in Korean instead.
They'll never know.
yeah.
This is for my country.
No, but when I worked there, that was one of, because I worked a lot of serving jobs, but that was the one place where like a lot of white people would ask to take pictures with me. Like I was an actual, because I'd be in a kimono and these white people would be like, can we please, like, it would be after the birthday song. They'd be like, wait, can you come here and take a picture? I'd be like, ain't no fucking way.
my God.
I'm like,
You're a
charge
superstar.
It's like an Asian Hooters.
Yeah.
yeah, for real.
I would charge them.
Asian Hooters is crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, that being said, couldn't you argue that girls make higher tip just by being girls?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Y'all think so?
definitely.
I'll even that, yeah.
Dude, I can try my best. I can be like, wow, welcome to Iron Age. Like, would you like anything? Have a full conversation.
Yeah.
The one pretty girl that's working is like, you need anything? $100 tip. I'm just like,
Yeah.
bro, what
Sounds
the
about
fuck?
right.
That thing's not fair
That's
sometimes.
pretty privileged.
So that is pretty privileged.
I didn't say I had that though.
Oh. You just
But-
notice other people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like there was this one girl that worked at Iron Age when not Iron Age, D92 when I was working there, and she was like bank. Like
If you know how to talk and you're a girl and you know how to flirt,
yeah, she wore this little apron thing around where she like took her orders in like the apron, and then she's like really quirky, very cute. She's like flipping the meat all like cutesy, you know.
How the
touch on the
fuck you feel
shoulder.
flip meat all cutesy?
I mean,
How
like,
do you
you know,
do that? Oh my god.
You're like when you're talking to them, you're like flipping it. I'm just like, I don't know how to do that.
and inside you see like a bunch of fires
Dude,
going.
I'm like burning the pork, and then like when it's like not, it's stuck to the grill. Cause like I was not trained for this. Okay, like
They just tossed you in there?
I mean like kind
they
of
do.
sort of like they would say like yeah just like use this grill for this meat type of thing. Oh my gosh, I burnt so much food, and sometimes when it gets stuck, I'm like, and then like I like to wait till it's kind of burnt. I'm like yeah, I don't want you to get food poisoning. Like yeah, it's ready now. Like you can eat it.
I'm not gonna lie, working there, the brisket was the most annoying shit ever.
Isn't it just quick?
No,
Like
thing
you
is,
need to?
it fucking sticks on the pan
Oh yeah.
every single time. So you're just like giving them like ground meat. That you're just fucking up the meat and it's just not cooking properly.
It's not
on
even
the
a roll
grill.
anymore, it's just ground beef.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
So was it someone trying to fix that? Do you know like a Japanese barbecue place called Gyukaku?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gyukaku usually they used to have like a little kind of like holder of oil, and then you like put it
Oil
on
the
the
pan?
grill,
Yeah.
right? So I shouldn't be laughing, but So,
Why'd you lower your voice octave?
so one of these gyukakus burned down, right?
Oh.
What?
Wait, what?
So one of these gyukakus like burnt down.
Why are you laughing? Like,
Like
down?
there was like the oil. Customers would actually tip it over into the fire.
Yeah, that's a bad
Oh.
idea.
So like it burnt down the whole restaurant. So they stopped doing that. But so I went to Gyukaku like 2 months ago after they don't have the oil shit now. The brisket, I literally probably got like 10% of each like piece because everything was just stuck as fuck.
Was Gyukaku good though?
No, it was actually
wanted to
so
try
mid.
it. Oh,
Gyukaku was definitely not worth it.
Unless they want to sponsor us, then we love Gyukaku. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Gyukaku's fire, honestly.
Yeah.
But so Jen, you have a boyfriend, right?
yes.
And how long have you guys been dating?
I've been dating for 4 years
Oh,
now.
wow.
Damn, almost half a
Yeah.
decade.
Sheesh.
4 years.
4 years.
Wow, 4 years.
That's like
is a long
48
time.
months.
Yeah.
Quick math.
Very. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I like how all of us were like, wait, is it?
Yeah, we're like, don't ask me.
Okay, thoughts on dating someone who is weirdly obsessed with your culture or race?
Like a fetish type of thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Like yellow fever type shit. Like,
Is like, I don't know. I've only ever dated Asian guys.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I don't
It's
know.
not really been fetishized.
I've like talked to other races, but I feel like when you're younger, it's like whatever because you're just like talking and dating around or whatever. But I feel
Yeah.
like I want to date someone in my culture.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm pretty big on that just for the sake of like having the same upbringing, being able to talk to your parents and stuff like that. But like when I was talking to this one guy, like he like was always talking about like having like Blasian babies and like things like that. And I was just like, oh my God, like it's a little much, you know? So-
Blasian babies.
they are cute.
Yeah.
Blasian babies are
Blasian
cute.
Babies are
I
cute.
feel like that was a fad at one point in time.
It definitely
like,
was because I've always thought about having Blasian babies.
I can see it.
Yeah. What?
Just you were like, man, I want a Blasian baby.
Yeah, I thought they looked cool as fuck.
Dude, that's what's up.
It's like a new skin.
So like, you don't think you would ever want to get married to somebody that's not Asian? Like, you would definitely want him.
Like definitely, yeah. Like I don't know. Like I've heard, and not from experience, but I've only heard that like a lot of white guys like they treat Asian women very well. Like they, you know,
Yeah.
very gentlemanlike and all that stuff. But like, there's always something weird about it when I see it, especially like an older couple.
Oh yeah.
Because like you
yeah,
know
yeah.
that woman like can barely speak English, and you're like, how are they like?
Like it's like an old white man and like a younger like,
Oh, it's like
Asian woman.
like Big
and it's-
Ed from like 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah.
The one with the no neck.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's literally like a fetish. Like, I don't get it.
Like sometimes I think it's like cute, like these white men like brag about their wife, right? But like they'll come into the sushi spots and be like, "Yo, my wife's from Thailand," and I'm like,
Yeah, like, are
this
you
food is
supposed to know them?
Japanese." I was like, "What do you want? What do you want me to do?"
Well,
He's
it's like so yummy,
yeah.
so tasty. I like sushi.
Or when they find out we're Korean and like the only thing they know how to say is hello, I probably hear 20 times a day, and I just have to keep laughing through it.
Dude, no, there was this one patient. He had like a procedure done, and then as he's like, we're wrapping him up, I was like, oh, like, who are you here with today? And he's like, oh, I'm with my wife. She's out in the waiting room. And you know, I'm like trying to ask for a name so that I can call her to bring her in. And he goes, she's, you know, African American, really big hair. And I was like,
Sorry, I
and
need a
he
name.
was like a 56-year-old white man.
Oh,
and he's like, yeah, she's African American, really big hair. Like, you can't miss her. And I'm like, do you know what her name is? Like, I can call her in. So, like, just that comment alone, like, rubbed me the wrong way. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
are you, like, why is that necessary? So I
Yeah.
feel like it's something, like...
In this
Like,
head,
why
he
do
was
you
probably
feel the
thinking
need
like,
to like, describe her in that
Yeah,
way?
like, maybe it's, like, do you see her as a wife? Or,
Yeah.
like, you know, or that your culture...
Yeah.
So did you go out and ask for that? Like you open up the door, you're like,
No, thank goodness. Thank goodness she wasn't out there. Like, I guess she waited too long, so she walked around like the hospital or whatever. But I had told the front desk girl, I was like, hey.
so you missed her.
She's like panicking, like I can't find that.
I can't find her yet. I was like, hey, like if this lady walks in with big hair, and the girl's like, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, can you just send her back? So yeah.
Do you think you're at a point of a relationship where you guys are so serious that you'll defend him over your friends?
No,
After
Ooh.
4 years.
Ooh.
no. I feel like
Ooh.
right is right and wrong is wrong. Like you
I
can't
love
be
that.
that girl who's like
love that.
so blinded by, you know, your boyfriend or whatever.
You got to defend who you feel like is
Yeah.
right, you know? Regardless of who they
But
are.
what if you guys were married?
Even so,
Even
I
so?
don't know. Like,
Or
What
would
if-
you
if
like
you're married,
defend
wouldn't
him
you
in
wanna
public,
hold
but
your
then correct
partner?
him later on in like in
yeah,
private?
in public, like, yeah, but you have that conversation like in private
I think
out of
it's-
respect.
Easier if you're married to like defend your friends because
That's
you're
true.
like, fuck, we're stuck together anyways. But like,
I'm married to my friends too, honestly. They can't leave me.
how about if your partner started like OnlyFans?
What do guys even have OnlyFans for?
No, honestly.
Like
that's
straight
a good
up, like
question.
Only
no-
dicks.
Like,
But like, who
there's
wants to
guys.
see that?
There's guys that do
Who
like
wants to see
only
that?
hands. There's
Whoa.
guys who like
Only
full on do
toes?
sex tapes. There's guys who like
Wait, sex tapes like alone?
no with like other OnlyFans creators.
Oh, like other girls.
Like collabs and stuff, and then just like pictures of literally their dick being hard. Oh fuck, I forgot we're not supposed to talk about dicks.
God damn it.
You already mentioned it. Like,
Yeah, some people do it to promote their rap career too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
They'll post like their like unreleased like mixtapes or whatever, whatnot.
I don't know.
It's like
I-
a Patreon for them.
Okay.
if it's like for sexual stuff, like weird kinky stuff, that's an ick. Like no, I don't care how poor we're gonna be. Like you
Yeah.
don't need to be doing that.
yeah.
But if it's like to promote like I don't know your artistic abilities, then I guess go for it.
How about this? What are some things you hate that men do in a relationship?
Can I think on this?
Yeah.
Can we hear like someone else?
Wait,
Like,
wait,
Like,
say that
like
one
for
more time.
example, one thing I didn't like about my personal relationship with my girlfriend was I don't know why girls do this. They're like, "Do you love me?" I'm like, "Yeah,
You hate that?
yeah." I hate it because the next day it's the same question.
Would you love me if I was a worm? Like that.
no, or like what
I
is-
still don't understand that.
No, okay, you know what I'm talking about, though, right? It's
No,
like,
I meant the worm
Oh,
thing.
what
I
the
still
fuck?
don't understand the worm thing.
Dude, that
They just want to
question,
feel
They just
loved,
want
man.
to know.
They just
if
wanna
you,
know-
If I was at my
Reassurance.
lowest point to where I'm like
A
practically
fucking
an
worm?
inanimate object. Well, I guess.
No, but y'all say
is-
worm though.
Like, why worm?
just say you know.
still-
That was like a trend on TikTok like 2 years ago, and I still don't understand.
I think the idea behind it is like whatever she becomes, you'll love her regardless.
Yeah.
You have to
She's-
choose
the
a worm?
question
It
isn't
took me a
really
long time
the
to figure
question
this
isn't
one
really
out.
asking would you like me if I was a worm. It's would you love me for anything, like through
Yeah.
anything. If I was anything, like would you love me? But then guys sit there and they're like, "Why the fuck you asking me?"
Have you
You're not
seen
gonna
the
turn into a
butterfly
worm.
one?
No.
And then the little kid's like humping the butterfly. That's just so funny.
I think if my
It's like-
significant other asked me that question, I would just be like, "No, you're a worm.
She'd probably be like, I'm so mad.
say that?
You're a worm."
Honestly, when my girlfriend first asked me that, love you, honey. I was like, she was like, would you love me if I was a worm? I was like, why would I love you if you were a worm? And she just looked at me like with like the most like side eye. She was like, yo, what do you mean you wouldn't love me?
Girls
I was
are-
like, what do you mean? Is this a trick question? I was like, why would I love you? You're a worm now. Like I can't love you. She's like,
I think we're more worried about like how the hell you would even become a worm in
Yeah.
the first place. You know what I'm saying?
No, girls
Okay,
are asking from an
valid.
emotional point,
Like how the fuck would that happen? You're like trying to plan out scenarios and
Yeah.
contingencies and
like
shit.
cuddling a worm.
Yeah.
the first thing we'd get mad about would be, why the fuck would you be a worm?
Yeah.
How would you become a worm? It's pretty much what he said.
No, 100%. If you said like, if I was a cat, yeah, I'd love the shit out of you. But you're a worm.
You're a cat person? Oh my god. I'm so scared of cats.
Oh really? Oh, I have
cats?
both. I have
I'm
2 cats and a dog.
I'm a dog person. I'm like terrified of cats.
Wolf.
She has a really cute dog.
He's crazy. Oh my gosh, he's a mutt. He was a free dog. He was supposed to be like a poodle mix, and
He be
then
humping.
they did this. And he jumps a lot. They did this DNA test on him, and he's 50% Chihuahua. We were literally like,
But he's huge.
Oh, the chihuahuas be crazy.
I don't know. He's mixed with a bunch of stuff, but the Chihuahua got me because I was like, like that's the one dog I never would want is a Chihuahua.
I had 2 chihuahuas.
Aren't
Rest
they
in peace,
feisty?
Minnie and Mickey. But
It's all the small, tiny dogs that are a little bit psycho.
Like they don't know their size.
Have
They'll
you
see a
met
big
his
dog.
Yorkie?
oh, my Yorkie's like
His
3
Yorkie.
pounds.
Oh, I've seen like you post the Yorkie. Yeah,
I love
Super
that
cute.
bitch.
Super cute.
Have you thought of the question?
Yes. Okay.
So-
I feel like a lot of guys do this when they boyfriends and stuff. Like when they become your boyfriend, they stop putting in as much effort as they did in the very beginning. And I feel like you got to keep it consistent, and that's probably why your girlfriend's asking you, "Do you love me?"
Damn.
Okay.
You know?
Damn. She's calling me out right there.
Because like Charlie, okay, so in the beginning, he's the only guy that I've ever like been with that like opens the door for me, like as weird as it sounds.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, wow. And like to this day, he still opens the door.
Like
for me.
literally or metaphorically?
No, like for real, like he
Oh.
opens it. And then like
Okay.
now to the point where like if he doesn't, like say it's like freezing cold and we're all just trying to get in the car and he doesn't open the door, I'm like, you slipping, you know, like you used to do this, now you're not
was
doing
that?
it anymore. Like what is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, like just for the most part, I feel like guys, they get so content with the love that they have with their girlfriends that they kind of feel like it's just there and they don't have to keep showing it. And I feel like girls need that constant
Yeah.
reassurance.
I agree with this because I see a lot of people in relationships these days.
I
They
just thought of something.
wait, what?
Huh?
What?
It's
No,
just
I
chuckle.
remember like I was talking to this girl, and like we go to the mall, right? There's
do
an
you go to the mall
automatic
so many
like rounding door, and then there's a physical opening door. And she's like, "Are you not gonna open the door for me?" I'm like, "Why the fuck would I do that? It opens by itself, 2 inches to the right."
And then she turned into a worm right after.
She's like, I'm out of here.
But I'm like, I was literally like, why are we arguing about this? There's an automated door right here. And she's like, you're not going to open the door for me? I'm like, we're going to be late to the movies. I'm going to watch
I'd be
this.
more
through the door."
pissed if I opened the door. She took the revolving one. I'd be like, "What just turned into a worm, bro?"
Oh
You
my
know you can
God.
cut worms in half and they still survive.
Yeah.
They like grow on the other side.
No, like they
Is this
will-
what you do for your job? Like,
I
what
used
the
to,
fuck?
no. When I was younger, I used to like chop
Oh.
up the worms into pieces and they still keep moving.
I'm calling PETA, bro. Like,
That's like the only thing I like know of worms is that they still survive if you
Oh.
like chop them up.
you were a curious kid, weren't you?
Well, going back to the main conversation.
Yeah, you
said
you
yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Being
Do you
consistent.
agree? Are you? Do you do that?
Being what?
Like you like?
Are you inconsistent?
inconsistent? Yeah.
Oh,
Chivalry
You
dead
get
for you?
comfortable.
So I would say it's like a.
Is it a revolving door?
It went this way. It's like an upside down parabola, right? That's kind of my relationship so
So
far.
why are you parabolaing?
Because you start really good because you want to look and
Because he's great at math.
please no one judge me, right? So like you want to date this girl, so you want to like be the best you could possibly be, right?
Like woo her and all
And
that
then
stuff.
you're finally dating her and it's good. Time goes by, you're gonna slip up here and there. I feel like that's normal, to be honest, because if a person wants to like attract someone, they want to do 100% of who they are, right? Or try to show who they are, right? And as you get comfortable, people are not gonna be 100% anymore, correct? And then you get to realize I just baited this girl for who she expects I am, not who I really am. And after that, I think it comes into like a branch. You either break up because you're like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to do this shit anymore. Or you kind of realize like, oh, I should try a little harder because this is what we expected from the relationship. We should kind of abide by what we agreed on, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I thought about it. So I started doing a lot better over the years. It
Do
took
you
a
guys
long time.
think that like in general, girls and guys, like you let your pride get in the way of like loving someone or like truly being there for someone?
Yeah.
Can you be a little
Yeah,
more
what do you mean by
specific?
I
that?
feel like guys are a little bit more like,
Prideful about that?
prideful because especially like
See,
Are you
only
talking about,
girls
like-
I think
understand
she's
this.
asking like do you like
Dumb it down for us,
does your
Helen.
ego and your pride kind of make you feel almost embarrassed to show your partner love or
Yeah.
love your partner
Like
fully?
it makes us feel like emasculated if
Yeah,
we
like
show.
let's say, because you know how like guys, y'all are all about your bros, right? And you guys take a lot of your like homeboys' opinions and stuff seriously. And you see a lot of situations where like a guy will be super sweet to his girlfriend one-on-one, but then as soon as his friends are around, he's like trying to make himself seem like the big dog or whatever. So he stops being as loving to her and he starts kind of like being a little bit more like rude, trying to make himself seem like he's more of a player around his homeboys and stuff like.
That no, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I slick do that
Oh,
here and there. No, it's not intentional though. I promise. So like I think
I'll
it's
call you
more of
back.
a.
I'm gonna be tough right now.
hanging
Right?
with the boys. I'm so
I love
sorry,
you,
baby.
I love you.
I love you.
I'll be home soon, okay?
You're embarrassing me in front of my guys right now. Fuck.
Stop. Say it, HP. I love you too.
To be fair though, I didn't know I was doing that,
yeah.
and so she was kind of like,
She had to tell you were
yeah.
doing that for you to realize.
She was like, "Why the freak do you keep doing this?"
Where's that
And I was
baby
like-
talk? I love you,
No,
boo.
but guys are so different around their homeboys compared to when they're one-on-one
Because we
with
have
their
to, we set up a social like standard with our guy friends.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna act upon like different personalities based on the people that we're with. So like if you fluctuate between one personality and another, it's like, yeah, what's up, dog? And then you're like, honey, like I love you so much. And then they're right next to each other, right? So you gotta like,
I feel like this isn't just like a guy thing, but people show different sides of themselves to different people, and like there's like a lot of code switching going on.
I mean, yeah,
know what I'm saying?
definitely.
but it's hard to like consistently turn it on and off or like switch between people constantly. Because everyone does that.
Because I
Everyone
feel
has,
like for the most part, like what's it called? Like people have like some kind of mask that they're always trying to like you know have on or like portray or whatever. So it's like really hard for them to like be their true selves.
especially when you're tired.
Yeah. But I feel like as you get older though, like you generally like it takes time for you to like learn how to.
Be more comfortable
But
with your
then,
skin
like,
and
wouldn't
stuff.
you say that that's not fair to your partner who is willing to put their pride aside and like not be like that though? Like, wouldn't you reflect back and say, hey, like maybe I'm not meant to be in a relationship right now because I can't give this person.
like I care more about how I
How
am
I-
perceived
my
by my
image,
homeboys
yeah.
than I
I don't
care
think it's
about-
because I care about my like. The first thing I'm thinking when I'm doing it is, first of all, I'm not even thinking that I'm doing it. Okay, so like I'm not thinking and reflecting. Oh my god, I'm treating my girlfriend like shit right now. You know, she's telling me you're treating me like shit right now.
I think it's like
I'm
a subconscious thing, right?
Yeah, and afterwards I'm thinking, oh damn, like I might be doing this. I should kind of be more considerate and think about it more and try to figure out how I can not do it as much. And my only answer to that is be a lot more like conscious whenever I'm in like friend groups and stuff like that, especially with my girlfriend, because sometimes she'll be like, "Why do you keep treating me like a bro?" Especially when I'm with your friends.
Keep trying to chest bump her and shit.
What's up,
I'm in
homie?
there. I'm in there. I'm in there, honey.
You in there? You in there? Yeah.
And so that will go to a point where it's just like, oh, okay, like just be more conscious. Like, but I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship and stuff like that, because I'm not trying to directly hurt them, if that makes sense.
I think it's a lot different though, like like how a girlfriend is with her pride in a social situation than a guy, because like the way society is structured, if you see a girl being loving towards her boyfriend, even in a public setting, group setting, it's almost like a plus for her, like, oh wow, she's very sweet, whatever. But guys will view it as like, I'm being a pussy, so I can't show that I love her.
I love pussy.
No, but I think it's super endearing, like in group settings and stuff, like when a guy can maintain being really sweet to his girlfriend, like even in front of people,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm like,
good
oh, that's
for
so
you.
cute. Like me as another
Yeah.
girl, I'd be like, oh, she's so lucky,
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
oh, like,
Oh, I understand now.
like you gotta.
no,
Okay.
The lines were out. No one was holding his line.
Like when I'm watching, I'm like staring at y'all three, right? Y'all two are talking to me, and he's just looking at me giggly. I'm like, what's going
He's like
on?
in his own world.
no,
right
I
now.
understand now. I understand
What
why.
do you
I
understand?
understand now why I'm single.
It's because you're mean.
What? Talk to us.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, why are you single, Taman?
Who are you
I
single,
don't know.
David?
Shit, I don't know, but I
It's
haven't
supposed to
done.
be like, because I'm doing all the stuff you guys are telling me not to do.
yeah, shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like
It'd
when
be
guys
like
are
that.
nice to girls, girls find that very endearing.
Let me tell you a flip side though. In the guy's perspective, it's like if I am like super openly nice, girls are gonna find me unattractive.
No.
Because there's a difference between being like too nice and looking like a simp and being.
But what even is a simp?
I
You
think
know
this
what I
whole
mean?
topic is very subjective.
It is. But I'm saying there's
It's like a spectrum.
There's like perspectives of what people are saying. So like they're saying is they really like nice guys, and I think being a gentleman versus being a simp is two different things though.
Oh,
Okay,
for sure.
valid, yeah.
For sure.
Because
yeah.
a lot of guys, what they're thinking when you're saying this is, no, but if I simp and act like a super nice guy, then all the girls are gonna feel like, man, this guy's just trying to like get in my pants, or like I don't know, something like that, or everyone's gonna look at me like I'm a pussy.
Well, like Phil, like he's the. I guess like I knew Phil the longest, and I knew of his. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
No, yeah, no, yes.
Like your personality and like. So I feel like from what I like think when I think of Phil, I think of nice guy. And I think of like he's a sweet guy because like my first impression of him back in school was that he was very nice, very generous, but not in a weird, creepy or simpy
Yeah.
way. Like he's just like a nice guy.
Oh, thank you.
And I remember being like, oh, like you know, I hope no one makes him like become like a dick or like change him from being a nice guy. And
Look
like,
at me now.
And there's certain. Well, I don't know how you are now.
Yeah, Look
But,
at him now. He's ultra nice now.
like there's some guys that you're like, oh wow, like whoever's gonna be his girlfriend, like she's gonna be very lucky. Like he's
See, I
not gonna
told you
like
that
do
once
her.
too.
thanks,
I was
guys.
like, whoever
I
your
see you like
partner
that,
is
though.
really
Thank you.
lucky. Yeah.
How do you see me?
Good luck to whoever you're talking to because
I don't know.
I'll be mad every day.
No, don't answer that.
You're kind of mean.
Me?
Yeah.
I did nothing but nice to you.
I
To
think
me, but like, I don't know. Like when you talk about girls, sometimes I'm like, oh,
What do you mean? Like,
I feel like
who?
you think that your move
This
is
is
being
actually an
mean to
intervention.
girls,
It's not even a
but it
podcast
doesn't
anymore.
work. Yeah.
I'm very nice to girls.
Sometimes you switch off from being like super mean to being super nice.
Well, that's just you that I do it to.
Okay.
Cause you my bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I don't know how you treat the girls that you get in, things with
that's true. I don't know.
situationships, but
We gotta see. Time will tell.
There's
Yeah.
no way I got here by being a dick. Well, never mind.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm so confused.
What are 3 things us guys do to make a girl feel special?
Make a girl feel special.
And then you guys will agree or disagree. For example, opening a door for a girl.
Dual queuing on
Are
Valorant
you asking
together.
Bare
us
minimum.
as guys or?
Yeah,
That's
bare minimum. That's
Really?
bare
that
minimum
doesn't
I
make
think
you
now.
feel
opening door.
special.
My standards have.
Didn't you tell me that every single guy except your recent one opened the door?
Yeah, so that's why now, like, it's the bare minimum.
he really
like,
raised the bar.
Like,
Really
he
raised the bar. Oh.
Yeah, now I'm just like, if a guy doesn't open the door, I'm like, what are you doing? You know?
I love that.
Date
I love
over.
that for
What
you.
do we do to like make the feel girl feel
Like gentlemen
special?
like things.
Yeah, what do you think you do that makes a girl feel special? And then we'll say if we agree or disagree.
Girls is, I mean
Girl feels special.
like the recent girl
It's like, I don't.
Like, I don't know.
I sent her flowers with a personalized note on it.
Okay,
Shit,
Very
That's
nice.
nice.
That
That's
is
nice.
sweet.
Is that bare minimum?
I feel like,
I don't think
well,
so.
let's see. Is she, did she live like close by or is she like at a
No,
distance?
she's at a distance.
Well, then that's like the best that you could do given the distance. So that's like, I would appreciate
Look,
that.
Tim is like biting his lips. He's like, hell yeah.
And like
Yeah.
sending flowers is not cheap.
It's
Yeah,
not.
that shit was like
Flowers are
$85.
It
expensive.
is not cheap.
Flowers
Yeah.
are fucking expensive.
And especially when the girl doesn't have to tell you, I love flowers. I would love to receive it. Like a guy just does it.
Yeah.
It's so.
Like don't
love that
just give
shit,
flowers
man.
just because it's a special occasion. You know?
Give me flowers because it's a Tuesday.
Let me talk to the guys real quick.
Hey.
Didn't you guys think that flowers are stupid because you know that it's gonna just die the next day?
I don't know. I like flowers.
You like getting flowers?
Huh?
But when I give
love
gifts, it's
getting
not
flowers.
about me though. It's about the other person and how they receive it.
Like I went like one of my like I had like a first date. Never met this girl until the first date. She bought me flowers. Like soon as we met at the restaurant, she's like, "This is for you."
That's
I
nice.
felt like
He's like,
Yeah,
I
Oh my
underneath
God.
like the dinner table. I'm fucking doing this shit. I'm doing this shit, bro.
It's like laying down, kicking his feet on the bed.
No, it's nice. It's nice getting flowers. After I received that, I'm like, if this is how girls feel when they receive flowers, then fuck it, I'll do it more often.
I bet you guys don't
Right.
feel that often though.
I mean, I
Like-
feel appreciation in different ways.
Yeah.
But like for
Yeah.
me, for the longest time, whenever, like for example, my girlfriend, I just moved to like another location, and then like I kind of slept in a little longer. I realized my girlfriend went there a little early, and she was like cleaning my whole room, like every corner of the room. And I was like, "Damn, I'm saying it right." And then like I
Can't
was
believe
like,
a
"Oh
worm could do
shit!"
all that.
And times like that is when I was like, "This is more than the flower to me. This is very
So
important."
your love language is like acts of
Acts-
service.
He's
By far,
100%
easily.
acts of service.
Yeah.
Mine is definitely gift giving.
Wait, is that your first one?
No, quality time.
Oh,
Quality
really?
time.
Your
Why would you
quality
list your second one?
time? Yours is acts of service. I know yours is most likely acts of
Quality,
service.
no, quality time.
Yours is quality
Mine's
time.
just
number
quality
one?
time and physical touch.
I
Yeah.
heard physical touch is like up there for guys.
No,
Oh,
mine's
I feel
mine's
like
super low.
What?
Physical touch and gift giving is the lowest for me.
Really?
Yeah. My acts of service is like freaking
You'll
80%.
do great with long distance then.
Long distance?
But how do you do acts of service for somebody through long distance? That
Oh,
would be
yeah.
hard a little
like
bit.
shit,
no?
like pay off their debt.
That
Honestly,
would be
that
a little
would
bit more like
actually-
gift giving though, no?
No.
Giving the gift of money.
Because if you don't have money and you can't like gift giving is more so like you already have it and you're just receiving gifts, it just makes you happy. Acts of service is more like you can't afford it and you can't really do anything about it. But
that's
they're doing it to help you out.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's why it's an acts of service.
Like if you know that you have like this Amazon order you need to like return and they know that you have to return it, but then they're like, oh, I'll just return it for you. Like
Yeah.
It's like my friend became a teacher, right? And he had like an Amazon wish list of like teacher supplies. We just bought it from him and gave it to us, so
Yeah.
he could like start. Or like some friends, like I know some friends that would love like materialistic things. But what I'll do with other friends, we'll just be like, "Oh, happy birthday! We paid your next month's rent."
Damn.
Yeah.
That would make me really happy.
That would make me
That would
so
be
Like,
really
like something
fucking
that's
happy.
actually
Write
like
this down,
useful.
write this
Yeah,
down.
like a realistic gift.
Oh, yeah, really
yeah.
good.
Pretty good.
I don't understand like when people are like, "Yo, let's buy this, like what did like let's pay off his car note for next month.
Right.
Let's pay off his
Fuck,
rent for
yeah.
next month."
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people aren't doing that.
Yeah,
more
let's just buy him a
often.
Bugatti. You know what I'm saying?
Buy him a house at that
Let him
point.
wake up in it.
Yeah.
What are you guys' opinion on like girls who like expect gifts from guys, like extravagant gifts type of thing?
I mean, I feel like everyone has their own like love language that they're
Preferences,
entitled
yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying?
But like,
So I
let's
can't knock
say-
them for that.
Let's say you like just met this girl, you've been dating her for like a month, and then she's like, you know, expecting like you didn't know her spending habits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say she's like, oh my gosh, I like this purse. Oh my gosh, I like this ring. Oh my gosh, I like this. Like, would you be kind of like turned off by it, or would you be like, oh yeah,
like, feel pressured or
Yeah,
something?
pressured, or would you feel like, oh yeah, like I don't mind getting her these things?
Well, it depends on how she responds to the gifts I get her. Like, even though like I'm, like I'll try my best to get her that thing if if it means that much to her. But if I can't afford it, I'll get something like, you know, not exactly to that tier, but like something
Yeah.
like close. And if she responds well, then I'll be like, oh, okay.
It's
But if she-
worth like getting her.
Yeah, but if
something
she's like,
after
oh,
that.
like dead set on like that, like Chanel bag or whatever, and I can't get it, and she's like, yo, fuck the other bag you got me, then I know that we're not meant to be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree with that.
I heard that for men, like as a woman, if you want your partner to like constantly shower you with gifts or stuff, like the best way to do it is to respond super positively, like be very thankful. Like instead of like if my boyfriend were to get me like something, instead of just being like, oh wow, thanks, I'll be like, oh my god, like I'd be like, oh my god, thank you, like I love this blah blah, and it makes y'all wanna do it again. Is that true?
Yes.
Like how she-
I mean, that's just like conditioning a guy at that point
Oh.
to kind of like make them do things that you like, which
Well,
is
it's
a good
not-
thing. I think it's a good thing
Oh.
because, like, for example, the whole opening the door thing too. I didn't know I was supposed to do that at first. This was my first relationship, you know. So like, she's like,
And pumping gas too.
Oh yeah,
huh.
that's a
Pumping
good one.
gas.
But anyways, noted.
Noted,
and-
yeah.
Noted,
Giving you tips.
noted. Guys, if
Or
you
plugging
don't,
in your charger for them.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have electric
Yeah.
cars out here, but yeah.
opening doors is very important. And the condition, like I said, like I didn't know how to open doors for my girlfriend. Take notes, guys. Open your doors for your
You
girlfriend.
just grab the handle.
Wait, what?
What?
Like you just grab the handle and you pull it.
Or push.
Yeah, depends on the.
Step by step.
No, but yeah, to answer
instructions.
your question, like you asked, what do we do to make girls feel special, right? So I feel like I try to figure out what their love language is, so I can cater it to that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's very subjective, case by case.
Love that. No, I think you do that for friends really well too.
Yeah, he does.
You know,
I try
that's
to do
why,
that for people in general. Like I try to stay consistent as much as I can.
like when I worked at Connie and you and I were like only friends for a few months or something, and like that was during the period I was working like 6-7 days a week at Connie all the time.
Taking
And,
so
like,
many pictures every day.
No, when he came and you just came to drop off food, I was like, what a fucking amazing human being. Like, I really. And then you started making fun of me for being a geisha, and I was like, never
No, because
again.
I didn't recognize you. Because okay. The thing is, I tried to drop off like some lunch for her, right? Because I know she didn't eat that day, and I was like, okay. Like I walk in, I was like, can I find Helen? And and she was like, I am Helen. And I was like, what the fuck?
I had like no makeup, and then I had a kimono on, my hair in a
No,
bun.
you had makeup.
Oh, but not
all
just
white.
my eyebrows. Like,
What?
when I was working there, I was
She
working like
said,
6-7
I was
days.
late
I
for
was
work
so
today.
lazy with my makeup, so I would just put on foundation and my eyebrows, and I'd be like, the rest of my face, I'd be like, fuck it.
Like in White Chicks when they're like powder me and
No, it looks like she you know, fucking
White girls?
like she fell. Yes. It's like she fell into like some baby powder or something. Like it just got stuck.
You wore that with the red dots and everything?
No.
Oh, are you guys kidding?
No, it was white powder on her face.
I
That's
just
it.
did my makeup really bad that day.
Oh, I
really
thought you were-
unfinished.
It was just an off day.
Yeah, it was.
Ah.
It was.
It was an off day.
It was
I
really
thought you were
funny
saying,
though.
No, but
like
we
the
weren't that close at that time. So I was
full-on-
like, so I'm looking for a Helen, I guess. So
like,
yeah.
it's me. But yeah, you're good at that.
Thanks, man.
because my love language is also acts of service. So when you did that, I was like, God damn, that was awesome. That was great. So yeah, thanks.
What are things?
What can girls
What?
do
What?
that would make a guy feel special?
Things.
What has your girlfriend done for you that you've been like,
know,
God damn?
one thing that actually makes me really happy is like, hey, I really appreciate you.
Oh, being
People
appreciated.
saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a big words of affirmation guy too.
Oh, words of
Damn, you just know all of his
Yeah, I try to take
So
notes.
I didn't know that, which is interesting because at first words of affirmation wasn't that important to me, and I think as the relationship like kept going on, obviously, there's moments where you're just like, damn, like, is any of the things that I do really like appreciated, you know? Not the freaking like flowers that I give. Like, if you don't say thank you for the flowers that I give, or like the stuff that I give, it's just kind of like, damn, okay. Cool.
So you asked her the worm question. You're like, would you still
Yeah,
love me?
that's
if it was a
your,
worm?
that's your version of, do you love me?
No,
you role reversal.
For me, it was more so like, say for example, you cater the whole day to her, and or like she's taking the bar exam for like 2 days, right? I was at the hotel. There was a whole day where I just stayed at the lobby for 7 hours straight. No room. I'm just there sitting on my laptop, editing videos and just doing nothing, right? And then the first thing she says is like, you know, I know it's been really tough this past 2 days, but I really appreciate this. And I was like, you know, fuck it. I'll
Keeps
wait a
you
couple
going.
more hours. You know
Yeah.
what?
This is worth it.
Yeah, but you'll be surprised how many guys that I know personally is just like, man, why can't I just feel like I'm appreciated sometimes for the things that I sacrificed you for? And anything that girls, like my girlfriend will tell me is just like, she's nagging at me for this and that. And you don't really look at the things that I do for you. You only look at the things I don't do for you. So I think that's one of the things that like gets to guys' head at least. And that's why I say I appreciate it so much, because it's like, oh, so you do see the things that I do for you. Yeah.
See.
I can see that. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm guilty of that.
And then like sometimes like I think especially with people that live together. So I have a couple friends that like lived with their significant others, and then what ends up happening is like, as a guy, you're preparing all these things or doing all these actions, right? And you're trying to make them feel happy, right? But sometimes the girl even then doesn't feel loved,
Yeah.
right? And then the question comes out, do you love me? And
I
the
wasn't
guy's
worried.
like, what the fuck? And the girl's like, what the fuck? So what it's kind of difficult to kind of gauge what's going on there. If that makes, yeah.
That's
It's
why
tough.
communication is hella important. dude.
Communication's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're like really stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or especially when you feel hurt, to be able to vocalize it and not let the emotion like get in the way of trying to fix the problem together. At least from what I've seen, but yeah, I don't know nothing.
What makes you feel special?
Hmm?
What makes you feel special? Like if a girl were to do this, like a girl you're talking to or something, and you're like, God damn.
Just quality time.
Oh,
Yeah, just spending
your
time.
love languages then
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, honestly, no, I think that's a pro tip for all the girls out there. Just say thank you. Actually, guys need to say that shit too.
Yeah.
Show some appreciation. Show them that you just buy them some flowers or something. But like for sure, if you're a girl,
Thanks, man.
God damn
Oh,
it.
he's giddy.
Yeah, just show them that you really appreciate them. Just like, hey, thank you so much for the things that you do for me. Even though I know I don't see everything that you do for me, I know that you're doing it for me. Because I think a lot of the things that guys do that they feel like they're not appreciated for, it's the things that they feel like they're not showing. And it's like they're not showing on purpose because they feel like, I got to carry this baggage. You know, I got to do this by myself and try to make sure she's taken care of so she doesn't stress out more. And then there's that other side where girls are like, why don't you help? Don't you trust me to help you? Like, blah, blah. Yeah, it goes downhill, bro. That shit's crazy. But yeah,
I need to say thank you more.
it's hard.
Yeah, just hearing that was kind of, you know, it kind of hurt.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. It's like all the dads out there.
So how do you like to show your boyfriend appreciation then? If that's the
That's
case.
true.
Well, when we lived together, because he just moved.
Where'd he go?
I know he moved back to North Carolina. He's starting school in
wow.
August.
Ah, okay.
Long
okay, okay.
distances.
Yeah, so we did long distance for 2 years
Oh,
initially.
wow.
Then we lived together for
Wow.
2 years, and now we're gonna do long distance again.
Wow.
What kind of
That's a
parabola?
crazy
That's
journey.
crazy.
Yeah, what is it called? Parabolaing. But during the time when we were living together, I think like my way of trying to show him that I cared for him was making sure that he had something to eat, like always. Like for me, I can eat anything, you know, like girl dinner, like
You pointing at
Girl
me.
dinner.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
Cheese and the crackers.
yeah, just eat
and
some
the-
crackers, some oysters, and like like
Girl
you know,
dinner.
you're good with that. But then like for him, I know like guys they like to eat like hearty meals and like especially when they work out and all that
Meat.
stuff. So I like make an effort to like make dinner, or like if I know that I'm at work the next day and let's say he's off tomorrow and that like there's not enough food in the fridge, then I'll like make an effort to make something the night before. So that's like how I try to, I guess, show it. Cause like even now that he's gone, I can eat like the same thing every single day,
Yeah.
and I'm fine. And it's like the bare minimum. Like grocery shopping like has decreased a lot. Spending on food so much less too. But yeah, I think like the one thing I made sure was just that he had, you know, something like quality
big,
and good
though.
to eat.
What do you make him?
I don't know really. I try to like
Oysters and crackers?
He like you know he like loves his mom's food. She's like she makes really good Vietnamese food and she's vegan, so she makes everything.
Vegan Viet food?
Well, she makes meat like products without having to even taste it, and it tastes so bomb.
Oh.
So I try to
Tell me
like.
she used to eat meat, right?
She used to eat meat,
Okay,
but I think
okay.
she hasn't eaten meat in like I don't know, like 15 years now.
Wow.
So I try to like I don't know Google or like YouTube certain things like Vietnamese things that you can make like pho, things like that. Make
You
it out
pack
of,
him
like,
pho?
out of an instant pot.
Oh, shit.
I heard that's the thing. It only takes
Oh,
like 4 hours.
No, it's like an hour.
Oh, wow.
I do it on pressure for like what an hour. And
All right, we're
like,
going to put the
so-
recipe right here. Bing.
Ain't no recipe. But yeah, I try to do stuff like that. Sometimes like certain American food items that we like pasta, things like that too. But for the most part, I try to go out of my way to like make foods that he likes to eat that his mom makes.
That's super cute.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Taman, what about you?
What?
What do girls do that make you feel special? Or what do you wish a girl did to make you feel special?
Why'd you look at me?
Because he's gonna say something stupid like
You know what make me slap my ass, flip me over, call me Sally? Fucking if a girl like checked up on my parents or something. If they did that, like checking on a
really?
family, I'd be like,
First
"Damn."
after the first date.
Where's your mom?
I love her.
No. You talk about first date? I don't know. I feel like first date would just be nice if you showed up. Like you can't really ask for much on a first date, right?
Showing up is important. You
Yeah.
always got to show up and show out.
So when a girl like gives attention or care towards the other people in your life, like family or stuff like that, like
Yeah, that'd be
you-
tight.
Oh.
Be tight.
It's like they care about not just me, but the people around me.
His
Or
life
like,
is-
yo, if like it's like my mom's birthday and she texts me in the morning, like, hey, yo, it's your mom's birthday. I'd be like, fuck, I love you.
Could you date a girl if your mom and her didn't get along?
Yeah.
Wait, you're like
Okay.
contradicting yourself though, because you want her to care about.
Like my mom's parents hates my dad, but look, well, they're divorced now, but they were pretty happy.
That was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I think you can do it.
Yo, if I love someone, I love someone. No one's gonna stop me. Except for
You-
my grandma. I love her.
Huh. It's tough.
So if she didn't get along well with your grandma, then
Like that's like the probably if my grandparents,
Yeah.
if that's like if they don't have a good relationship, that's like a deal breaker for me.
how long does it take for you to introduce like a girl to like your grandparents? Or have you ever?
No,
Oh,
never dated.
fair enough. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's just move on.
You sound genuine.
Today has been the day.
I'm gonna go to
Anything?
some red flag questions, okay? Is it a red flag if your significant other is especially for the girls, is a mama's boy?
To what extent does he just love his mother, or is he a mama's?
He's a mama's boy.
I
Like
have dated a mama's boy before. Let me fucking tell you, that shit's the reddest flag of all red fucking flags. Okay, what do you think?
oh my gosh, that's like
Being a mama's boy is different than just like being very loving towards your mother. Being a mama's boy is like your mom still takes precedence over your decisions, over, you know. I dated one like that.
So you're saying it's a huge red flag?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's no.
Like, I don't want to be
Shouldn't.
in competition with your mom. Like, your mom serves a purpose in your life for a certain thing, and then
Yes.
your significant other serves another purpose. The two should not, like, intertwine. This isn't like an Oedipus, like, complex, you know? Like, you don't hear that with girls, though. You don't hear, there's such thing as what, like, daddy's girls, but you never hear, like, a girl and their dad having this, like, weird relationship where the boyfriend feels like he can't get in. That only happens with mama's boys.
I can see that. That's tough. It'd be tough.
So why? Like, are you guys mama's boys? Like,
What defines a mama's boy then? Because I love my mom.
you can love your mom.
Yeah.
Like, that's respectable. But, like, I guess in the sense of, like,
Where on the spectrum does it cross to like the other side? You know what I'm saying? Where it
I
becomes
guess
like that red
like
flag.
if she's making decisions for you.
Yes.
yeah.
Like your mom's making all the decisions.
But how big of a decision? You know what I'm saying? Because it could be like small things to like big things.
Like for example, like am I a mama's boy if my mom was like, I don't want you to move out the house because like I don't think you're like financially like free enough to do that.
That's
And
just being
then-
a good parent.
Or if like
But you get what I'm trying to say, right? That's like her making decisions for me technically.
Well, yeah, that could be good advice that she's giving you, right? 'Cause she's looking out for you. But at the end of the day, like, you're a man, you're an adult. You know,
Actually,
like,
I
if we
agree with
think
that.
back about it, our parents were, like, my parents got married when they were, 24, moved over here with, like, nothing, you know? And I'm, like, at the age where I'm, like, 25. And it's like, okay, do I still need to listen to my parents the way that, like,
Yeah.
we're raised right now? Whereas, like, back then, you were, like, moving across, like, the whole country.
We're like first gens, that's why.
But, like, I don't know, like, at some point in time, I feel like a guy, like a son especially, should be able to, like, become an adult, like,
Yeah.
become a man.
It's true.
Yeah.
Sorry.
wake up.
It's your bedtime?
It's 9 o'clock.
Oh.
You know what? Is that like a universal time? We're not gonna get into this. Yeah, I feel like 9 o'clock is for everyone, but anyways.
9 o'clock is a good bedtime.
Because, like, you're still awake during that time, so.
No, but imagine like you and your girlfriend are planning a wedding, right? And I'm like telling my mom, yo, I'm gonna have Peking duck for dinner for everyone, right? She's like, no, not too good, it's too expensive, blah blah blah. But you and your wife really want Peking duck at your dinner.
Then
At
you
that
get
point,
that.
yeah,
duck.
fuck
but
your mom's
like,
opinion.
imagine you, like I think I'd be too embarrassed to face my girlfriend if I have to go up to her and be like, I'm so sorry, my mom said we can't do this.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So
It's like,
that.
bro, being a like, why does your mom's opinion have to? I swear there are some mothers out there who wanna fuck their sons. Swear to God, and they hate seeing their sons grow up and leave the house, and that's what.
But that's because you're from
Causes-
Alabama. That's different.
No,
You're from Alabama.
no, I just lived there for a little bit, and then after I moved
I
That's
just
all it
out,
lived there
takes.
for a little bit. It's
That's
about
all it
16
takes.
and a half years.
no, fuck Alabama. No, but for real, like I think the cusp of being a mama's boy is more of like your mom can have her opinions towards her son, blah blah. But like if you as a son, if you start prioritizing her opinions and her decisions over your own or what your like wife says, something like that, that's huge. Like, I'm sorry.
I just don't think like
Yeah,
guys
it's
like
huge.
that realize like you're not closing a chapter, but you're opening a new chapter, a whole new life with someone else. And you can't just keep holding on to fucking your mom your whole life. She's not gonna be here forever. Everyone dies.
And then, like, I feel like a lot of time guys, they don't have that time period where they're alone to be a man. It's always like the mother hands him off to the daughter-in-law, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
It's like he's never been like his own like
Individual self.
individual self, like, change his own underwear type of thing. It's like the mom's like, here for you, like your turn now, like,
Do your
Yeah.
parents
Don't
still
like
make your
that.
doctor appointments?
no, I make theirs.
Joke's on you. I don't even go to the doctor.
I've been to the doctor in like
Finding my answer for me.
yeah, I've been to the doctor in like 5 years.
Yeah, why would I go to someone who keeps complaining to me about my problem? You have a heart condition, like you can't walk.
shut
No,
up, man.
stop.
All it does is stress me out,
I
man.
know. I already have enough
Paying him
problems. I
to
don't want
nag
more.
at you. Like, you need to stop eating so much sodium. Like, bro, what a waste
Stop
of
telling me what to do. Like, God.
what a waste of $100.
Yeah, if I want that Peking duck, just let me get that Peking duck. Shit.
You don't listen to the doctor, but you will listen to your mom.
What about this? What do you guys think about guys who feel like they don't, or who you feel like has no future? Like they're sitting there and you're just like,
Are they rich?
sure,
What do you mean?
maybe.
Like has no future? Like they're just
So,
not
like, guys
ambitious
who-
people, or
You know, they just sit at home, play games.
it just doesn't align with what I want. Because I want a lot for my life. So if the guy is sitting there being like, and I'm like, what do you want for your future? And they're just like, oh,
I don't
this
know.
is straight. Then I'll be like, all right.
But if they
whatever.
get paid to play games, that's cool.
That's different.
Well, that's a job.
That's super
different
ambitious.
because if they start viewing it as more of like an income-based thing, then they look at it as a career thing, which can be future-oriented. But if it's just, I'm gonna go home from work every day and make my dinner and play League, I'm like, what are you doing?
Would you guys mind having like a trophy husband, like a house husband? Like you're the breadwinner,
Dude,
your husband's the
hell
one
yeah.
taking
I
care of
would
the
love
kids.
to come
and-
home every day and have a nice steak meal already set up for me, and the house is clean.
Really?
And then he plays League right after.
I would love that.
Jen's like, hell
No,
no.
I just feel like even if I say yes, like it comes down to like I don't know, like I feel like if you get in an argument, I would be like, I'm the one working anyways, like you know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I feel like no one gets it right, like the person who's the breadwinner and then like the what is it called, the homemaker. Both are like very hard jobs.
They're both
that
hard.
The other person will never understand.
Yeah.
So I feel like the person who's a breadwinner will always look down on the homemaker, even though they don't even know like what to do in terms of like keeping a household together. And it's just like, and like me saying that I understand that, I still feel like the same way. Cause like when me and Charlie were living together, like if I was at work that day and it's his off day and I'm like, why didn't you do this, that, and like all this stuff, like, you know, like you're home all day. But then I realized like on the day that I'm home, I'm like, fuck, like I'm tired. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you don't want to do
You don't
stuff.
want to do shit. Yeah.
It's crazy. I know a couple, like the wife is like completely the breadwinner and the father stays at home with the kids, right? Though he told me like the one argument that he gets so mad about and like he can't really say anything is she'll come home, she'll be pissed, right? And she'll say this like a few times a month. She'll be like, I carried the kids, I made the kids, and I make the money. Do I have to fucking do this when I get home?
Well, she shouldn't say that.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
she-
"Fuck,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I know you love your kids and
Man.
shit, but
Yeah.
like,
She
Kinda
shouldn't
like-
say that.
That's a little bit demeaning.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I think in a relationship, it's super important. Whoever the breadwinner is and whoever the homemaker is, I think they're equally important roles. And as long as the couple understands what position there is and they respect the other, it doesn't matter if the girl's the breadwinner or the guy's the breadwinner. It's more of like,
It's
you know?
it's hard. I
Well,
think this is just like, personally, I think it's a first generation problem. What I mean by that is like we haven't experienced or had parents to really teach us like what's right and wrong
Yeah.
between like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do and this is what happens. Be careful about this. We just got to America, kind of, you know. In LA and New York, I'm sure there's like third, fourth, fifth generation kids who kind of
Yeah.
like already get it. But like for us personally, like the whole homemaker breadwinning situation has been kind of tough in my family as well.
Yeah.
Just like my mom was a homemaker. She took really good care of like 3 kids, and I got popped kind of late. So like I'm sure it wasn't like fun having a 8-year different child just come out of nowhere. It's just like, oh fuck, I was almost done. Like, god damn it.
if you want to be happy, just have no children and have a dual income. I know like 40, 50-year-olds who still have no children, but they both work like separate jobs, like travel the world together and shit. Like they have no kids.
But what
That's
after
each
that though?
their own.
I would like to.
What
kinda-
after that?
Yeah.
what is
Die.
what is the purpose of what's,
What do you
like
mean?
what's the purpose of like, yeah, living for yourself your entire life? It seems fulfilling, and you know you can do what you want, but quite literally, what is the point of life besides passing it on to your children? And,
I kind of agree with
like
that.
you don't
It's
have
like,
children, your whole lineage is cut off, man. Like
done.
what's
Well,
the
like, I
that's
think
the
of
point
it-
of us living.
About
Like,
to
I
end
think
this
of it as,
dynasty.
like, yo, I could still be an uncle. Like I have siblings.
but I don't think it's the same. But when you're an
Yeah.
uncle and you have like your own like offspring, in my opinion, because you don't. I mean, people are gonna argue differently, but I feel like when you're at the age of like 70, 80, you can't do shit. You can't even travel. You're tired. You're old.
You die.
At least you're gonna have offspring that's gonna be like, hey, like thank you for taking care of us and like,
Like they'll
have-
take care of you type of thing.
yeah. I don't know.
I
That's
mean,
just
like
Let's
if
teach
I
their
get to
own.
the point like 50, 60 years old and like I really have no purpose in life, I'll adopt.
I mean, that's the thing. I think that's great for the
I'll
world if
pull a
you're helping
Brangelina.
someone else. Yeah. I agree with that. Adopting's tough.
Like for
Yeah,
me,
adopting's
family
a
doesn't have
choice.
to do with like blood.
That's true.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I can continue my legacy
Adopting is
with
great.
Like a family without, yeah.
Like Chinese kid, but I'm Korean.
But it was more of like if you were to live your whole life like not even wanting to adopt, not
Yeah.
wanting to have your own. It's like what's
The point.
Yeah.
Can you
So
really be
once you-
satisfied for that long when you're that old and you've just lived for yourself the entire time?
That's like a old people trend. Like once they get to like a certain age, they're just trying to like provide knowledge.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
is what you do.
Yeah.
This
I
is
feel
what
like
you
that's
shouldn't
like the whole
do.
purpose of life, though, is to pass on knowledge and make the next generation or the next years of life like
Better.
better and easier.
I used to walk 60 miles to school and barefoot in 6 feet full of snow.
What did you do? You're complaining about going to school. At least you had a school to go to.
I used to climb up mountain to go to school with a camel on my back.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
But you know, there are some people out there who are like childless and whatever, and they're happy. So I guess it's just to each their own.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's always going to be subjective. You're never going to know what's right or wrong. It's just opinions at the end of the day.
I feel like the only scenario where I would not want to have kids is if I have like some like autoimmune disease that I'm gonna pass on and like I don't know, like make the next generation suffer in terms of like offspring. That's the only reason why I would not
Yeah.
want to have kids. But otherwise,
That's for a good reason, I think.
Genetically modify your kids.
What? You're gonna do what? To your
I'm curious. So like recently I was like really stressed out because of life. Like what do you guys do to really like cope with very stressful situations?
I disassociate and then I go down the rabbit hole until I go so far down deep that I'm like, well, the only way back is up. Honestly,
Once you hit-
gotta let yourself feel it, dude. When
Yeah.
you go into the shits, you just gotta let yourself go through the shits, and then the only way you can go back up is
How do you go back up?
one day you wake up and you're like, I can't do this anymore.
I gotta stop being sad. Gotta
Stop
be
being
more
sad.
happy.
Yeah, but then if you don't feel it out, if you're just like, I don't know, that's me. What about y'all?
What do I do when I'm stressed?
when you're at like a hard point in your life where you feel lost or you're like, you know, not feeling 100%.
How do you like cope to let
Oh,
yourself
like
feel
luckily
better?
for me, I get distracted pretty easily.
Oh boy, squirrel.
No more depressed.
Fuck, my family's so stressed. A squirrel. Shit.
No, yeah, I'll like be stressed, but like I'll be out doing something. I'm so into like doing the thing that I'm doing outside that like, but like later it comes back and I'm
yeah,
like,
I was
fuck.
gonna say like, wouldn't it catch up to you?
Yeah,
He finds another squirrel.
yeah. Starts chasing it.
I, mean,
Yeah.
I have an answer, but it's kind of like fucked.
Oh,
I would say like I go drink.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, everyone
It's
has
a
different.
distraction,
Yeah.
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 So your coping mechanism is to distract.
Yeah, like not on purpose, just because like I get distracted easily.
But like it helps you. Like if you distract yourself enough with your coping mechanism, whatever, then like you actually end up feeling better.
I just forget about it a lot of the times.
Well, that's good too.
I mean, that's one way.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get a glimpse of it and I get like pissed at random moments. I'm like, fuck, I remember this happened.
Time to go drink again.
All right, you do.
I feel like friends, like the people that you keep company, is a very important role in your life. Sometimes just like, I guess in a way, kind of like tame and distracts. Like you hang out with your friends, then you realize like how grateful you are that you have people who are in your circle. But like the number one thing with me is I always keep it to myself until I like break. And then when I break and I start talking about it, I'm like crying a shit ton. And it's like you don't realize the emotions that you're feeling or how bad you're struggling until you start like vocalizing it. And then again with friends, like they're the ones that you're talking to, and then you realize, you know, your friends don't sit here and tell you every day that like they admire you or that they think that you're a great person and stuff like that. But then when you open up to them and you hear them sit there and they say like, oh, you know, like you did this and when you did that, like, you know, like not a lot of people do that, like that's grit and blah blah blah. So like you have to open up to be able to receive, to heal, I guess, or feel better. But I do have moments where like I would go like 6 months without like saying I feel sad, and then just like trauma dump in a way, which is also unfair to trauma dump to your friends. But you know, they always say the same things, which is like, this is what we're here for, and like
I think that is why they're here, there though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are friends for? You know, at least like if you can't talk to them, then it's no point. No,
Yeah, we
that's-
admire you, dude.
thank you.
We admire you.
I'm gonna go distract myself now.
No, yeah. That's,
Did I piss you off?
What about you guys?
coping is hard.
Coping is hard.
So for me, like it took me a while to understand like what my really like my lowest points are. So I think I just start like being super self-destructive. It's kind of similar to you. I go in that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck, what am I supposed to do? And then the next thing I think of is like, okay, so like what's he helps me a lot with like mental stuff because he's like, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen? And then what's the best solution to it? And then is it impossible? Like, will you die? I'm like, no. He's like, then we're good. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
That's good though.
But when you can, it's true though. When you can kind of figure out like the worst situation, you're like, okay, if it can't get worse than this, and you're kind of accepting of that at least it can only go better from there. So as long as it's gonna suck, you know, you can't really do much about it. But if you can just kind of accept it, you're just like, you know, it's not gonna get worse than this at least.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I do. This next thing I do is like, what's worse in life that traumatized me as much as this or worse than this? I'm like, you know, if you can do this before, then you can do this again.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's one of the things I do as well. But it's hard. Yeah. Because, you know, I used to not believe in like panic attacks or anxiety attacks. I was like, yo, whoever has this shit is some bullshit. Y'all pussies, right?
Oh, you didn't think it
No,
was
I was completely oblivious. Like everyone in school used to be like, yeah, I get anxiety. I was like, you're a bitch. That's why you get anxiety. And I was like, man, like I don't believe in this shit. All of this is shit. It's fake.
This shit's a myth.
I'm pretty sure you were pretty similar with that too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's your coping mechanism before we?
I think the great thing about our relationship is like we're able to vent to each other.
Yeah.
The boys.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like if we're having bad days, we're able to like pick each other up and like
Kind of figure it out. It's like, so you're not being you right now.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we let each other know, and then like that's when we become cognizant, and then we try to work our way through it.
I'm trying to like break it down.
But also like another thing that I always try to remind myself is this too shall pass. So like whatever I'm
Yeah.
feeling right now is gonna pass eventually.
Yeah.
So just keep on going. So
I love
yeah.
that.
Them quotes, man.
But like, long story short, I don't give a shit if you're a worm.
Green flag.
Cool.
He will love you.
All right, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Anything you want to
Great
say or
questions.
shout out?
Yeah, you want to plug anything or
Do I wanna
whatever?
what?
I
Plug
don't know.
anything?
Plug
Yeah.
anything like your Instagram.
Maybe your Instagram,
or
your thread.
follow her.
No, I think
Beautiful
I'm good.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay,
well,
sweet.
that was the
Thanks,
Levity
Jen.
podcast.
I'm just Jen.
But yeah, we're the Levity podcast,
Hell
and
yeah.
we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Peace, guys.
Wait,